My name is James Williams. This is Kung Fu Habit number 2. This is my final broadcast from the basement. Alright, so you see me do my ninjutsu nunchuck instructional video, and if you want to do hand-to-hand combat instruction videos, I'm good for that too. So basically what I'm telling you guys is that if you want instructional videos, I'm the guy. All I need to know is, do you want them? If you want them, I have mastered at least 7 weapons, so I can do them. I just can't do the leg part, you know. But I've mastered multiple stuff in martial arts. I'm not going to say that I am the jack of all trades and the master of none, but basically I am the jack of all trades and the master of none. But I have mastered many of styles: drunken master, the snake, the tiger, the dragon, the mantis, the crane. Lots of styles. You know, horse fist or hammer fist, depending on what martial arts you want to turn. The knees, Thai fighting, kickboxing. You know, I just can't use my feet at this moment. Doctors have specifically said, no running, no skipping, no jumping, and above all else, they took away my livelihood, no kung fu. Never said I couldn't make instructional videos. So, let me give you a quick 2-for-1 lesson here. Alright, so most people, they fight like this. And then your southpaws, you fight like this. Then there's those even-handed people like me, who can go this way or this way. But what I don't want you to know is, though, that I know kung fu. So I'm going to fight you in a boxing stance. 1, this is too close to your chin. So you want at least this much for the left, and at least this much for the right. So you can set them up. Boom, boom, boom. Alright? So, that's your boxing. Now, for your kung fu. Someone's throwing a jab this way. They're left-handed, so they're going to go right, right, left. So, it's block, break, slide, strike. So, it would look like they threw the punch, you blocked, you slid up their arm, punched them in the neck. But in the process of that, you step to the outside of them. Their fist is here. You grab. One hand here, one hand here. Push here, pull here, slide your head, punch in the neck. If a person can't fight, they do not have the ability to continue to fight you if they cannot breathe. Alright? So, it's boom, break, boom. Got that? You're throwing a punch here. You're sidestepping. Boom. That's a double block. So they're throwing here, double block, and you can catch their arm between here, snap it, and then strike. You strike the nail in here. Or if you miss, you want to go for a chin or hit them in the nose so that they're blinded by tears. Then you would take their head and bring it down to your knee. The knee that's closest to their body. Alright? Now for karate, works totally different. Karate, it would be block, counter. But if they know karate, they would counter your counter. Where if you're doing kung fu and they throw the punch, it's block, break, strike. Alright? Where karate, it's block, block, strike. Too long. Block, break, strike. Because you're going to sidestep to the outside. Kung Fu, you always get to the outside. Karate, you kind of got to go with the flow and get it inside and hope like hell that they're not aware that they have a left hand. A lot of people, if you're taught right, there is no difference in which style of martial art is better than the other. It's the person doing the martial art that's either going to be better than you or worse than you. And also, his experience. If you're fighting someone who's been fighting for a very long time, and it's all they know, you have a problem. Alright? As simple as that. You have a problem. It doesn't mean you can't beat them. It just means you have a problem. It's a very small problem. But the second you give in to fear, and this thing goes here, you've lost. The most important thing you need to understand about a fight, in any fight, every situation, doesn't matter if you're a great fighter, if you're a novice fighter, if you're a professional, you need to understand one thing. If you lose anything in here, you've lost everything here. This works great. So you have to teach yourself not to panic under pressure. And fear can be a good thing and a bad thing. If it's a bad thing, you're going to sleep. If it's a good thing, you're going to survive the fight. So also, if you have a great instructor, you know, boom, break, boom, you know, where boom, counter, counter. If you both were good at karate and you're evened out, you need to switch up your style. So, my advice to you is, learn as many mixed martial arts as you can. Now, okay, let me break it down to you, because I don't believe in the ground and pound. I believe people who do ground and pound, and I'm sorry for this if this offends any of you, especially you women who are listening. If you are a ground and pounder, you're a pussy. I'm sorry. You're a straight pussy. Now, I'm not going to say I won't ever ground and pound. If the motherfucker's bigger than me and I got to get him down, there you go. That sounded hypocritical as a motherfucker, right? But it's true, because in battle, shit changes. Your sense of honor changes. Your sense of reasoning changes. Your need to survive changes. So, I'd be a pussy, because I will become a ground and pounder. Now, when I was in the Army, we had two types of combatives. When I was on Bravo, we had something. And when I was in Delta, we had something totally different. My Bravo combatives, I liked more because we kept it on our feet. Where my Delta combatives, we did a lot of horse Gracie on your back shit. And I was like, nah, because I'm from the streets. If I'm on my back, two things have happened. Both of them very bad. It's more than likely that someone has knocked me the fuck out. And now they're just got me at their mercy. And they're kicking me while I'm down. Or I slip and I better get up real fucking fast. Now, everybody has a different fighting style. Everybody. It doesn't make you better or worse than anyone else. It's just that you have a different fighting style. So, if you're going against a guy who knows Kung Fu, and they're lightning quick with their hands, but they suck at their feet, then you want to take their feet from under them, and you're going to have to ground and pound their ass. But you have to remember, if he's lightning quick with his hands, he might know some grappling techniques. So if he knows grappling techniques, you may have a problem. I'm your problem solver. Most people know grappling techniques, and they're there to make you tap or break your arm or whatever the hell they're holding a piece of. So most of the time, you're fighting, like if you're in a UFC environment, you're fighting and you're in a grapple move. So there's a key thing that you need to understand if you're in any fight, whether it's UFC or in the streets. There's 365 pressure points in the human body. Some of us may have 366. I guess you guys are genetic freaks. Anyway, if you know where the most powerful pressure points are, that's your escape. The trick is getting to them. These pressure points behind your ear are fairly dangerous, and they hurt like shit. I built up a tolerance to it since I was a kid because I knew that I'm not very strong physically. However, you're only as strong as your mind allows you to be. So if you have a very strong mind, your physical limitations are very limited to what you allow yourself to think. So if you think you're physically strong, you will be. Simple as that. Strength comes from within. It's not always physical. Sometimes it's more mental than physical. There's pressure points in here that can be damn fatal. So if they have you where you get close enough that you can jab your fingers into their pressure points, do so. I don't know if that's against the rules in the UFC, which is probably why I would never be in the UFC. Because if you get me to where I can't move, and my only option is to get one of these pressure points in here, because you're holding my hand, oh, you lost a thumb and a middle finger, because those are your grip fingers. So these three fingers here are just substance, but this finger, your middle finger, and your thumb, they're your grip fingers. So that son bitch is gonna bend, or it's gonna break. And I'm gonna break the hold that you have on me if I can get a hold of your thumb or your middle finger. Now I suppose you're all thinking, oh James, you don't have a black belt, you're full of shit. Are you really willing to take that chance that I'm full of shit because I don't have a black belt? So let me give you a little bit of advice. A belt is only to hold up your pants. I have beaten many of black belts. Just ask them. They know not to fuck with a little half-breed kid because I know what the fuck I'm doing. I've been fighting since I was 6 years old. Not by choice, by course, or by force. But as I started learning martial arts at 7, I became damn lethal. Alright? So you have pressure points. These two are your main grip fingers, your thumb and your middle finger. No, because they're like the central planes of your hands. Alright? Each digit has a significance. Each different digit can be broken or removed. So you have to remember that when you're in a fight, there's no telling what can and what cannot happen. You just don't want to be on the receiving end of an ass whooping while all this stuff is going on. You understand? Now, someone grabs you by the throat and their arms are straight. These little indentions right here, everywhere there's a joint, there's a pressure point. Kempo. Anyway, so if you push in here and they're super strong, then you hammer fist in there to get them in to move in closer. So when they're bending in and they're relieving you of being choked, then headbutt or an eye jab or, jab them in there to where their arms are close enough to their body where you can get yourself free. Once you get yourself free, you can come across them with an elbow. Tie fighting. Or if you're small like me and they have you up in the air, then you can put your feet in their chest and kick them in the throat while they're still stupid enough to be holding you there. The worst thing you can ever do in a fight is panic. Panic will cause you to lose the fight. So you don't want to do that. And just because they have you down does not mean you're out. Of course, in the event that they actually knock you the fuck out, then you're knocked out. Now, for the final instruction of any martial arts teacher that should tell you, first and foremost, martial arts is not a sport. Alright? It is a way of life for many of us. And if you're getting paid by using martial arts, congratulations, because you've done the ultimate shit that I haven't been able to do because of weight classes and all that. And now that I'm well in my 40s and I had a hip replacement, there's no way in hell that no one's going to let me fight professionally. Alright? Because I'm going to be a liability instead of a reliability. I'll be a liability. So I would be more like the opposite of an asset. So I'm going to tell you now, at 43 years old, I'm more dangerous now than I was at 15. At 15, I was just damn fast. And I was good. I was faster than I am now. So that should tell you that I was actually really damn great. And the only thing is, people bothered me in school, but they would never fight me in the streets. Now, that's because, it doesn't take but one good fight for people to leave you the fuck alone. Just one. And after people see that you can actually handle yourself, they pretty much tend to leave you alone. But most of the time, a lot of people learn martial arts as exercise. So I'm going to give you advice. Go watch the cartoon Fatal Fury and go watch the cartoon Street Fighter and you'll change your tune. Most of the time, martial artists, we don't fight for sport. And up until it became a way to make money, it was just a way of life. Now it's a way of life, but it's also a way that you can make money. I would love to make Kung Fu movies. That's my whole goal, was to make Kung Fu movies so that I can teach Kung Fu for free. Alright? I don't want to be the next Bruce Lee and to get discovered when I die. I would like to be the next Bruce Lee and be discovered while I'm still breathing. Alright? Now my hand speed has increased because I can't use my legs. So this is not a camera trick because I don't know how to do any of that shit. I do know how to do it on my old Mac with Ghost Trails. This thing doesn't have that. So, plus, I have to upgrade my other Mac so that I can go back to making films. So I'm going to tell you guys for sure, when you see me doing that, that's my real speed. Do I know how fast it is? Fuck no. Because the hands are quicker than the eye, and the hands apparently quicker than the camera. So the camera's probably catching like maybe 4 or 5 of those, and it's probably been 5 or 6 of them that's actually been thrown. Now, he's coming at you, it goes out of focus. So, rapid punches, you got to be straight. So someone's coming at you with 2 haymakers, double block, rapid punches to the gut. Most of the time, that'll just back them up enough, and then you catch them in the chin. I'm totally against that. Double punch, punch to the throat, fight's over. I'm all about ending this shit as quick as possible because I'm not a young man anymore, where the thrill of the fight actually keeps me going. The longer I can fight this guy, I can improve my skills. Also, the longer that you can fight this guy means the tides could turn and you can get your ass kicked. So you want to end the fight as swiftly as possible. And I have 3 golden rules of fighting. 1, if he can't breathe, he can't hurt you. 2, if he can't stand, he can still fuck you up. And 3, the only way to win a fight is to survive a fight at mostly in any cost. Now, that might have sounded a little bit fucked up, and there's a difference between justice and honor, and justice and revenge. Alright? Honor is something that we all have, and we all have a moral or honor line, and we all have our own honor and moral code. Well, when it comes to seeking justice or revenge, that's a really gray line. So, my example of this is, you decide if it's justice or revenge. Let's say I have a daughter, and she gets raped by 5 guys. She's only 15, so she's never been in a fight, she's never been in trouble. She just happened to walk home at the wrong time and be at the right place at the wrong time, and it's just not going to be her night. She can identify all these guys. There's no DNA evidence because they all use condoms, so she's not pregnant, she's just raped, you know, which is bad on any level. So she shows me who these guys are. I go out and hunt them down and kill them all. To me, that's justice. To the law, that's revenge. So I'm doing 90 years to life for killing these guys that raped my daughter. Alright? Let's say they raped my wife or my mother. It's still revenge in the eyes of the law. But for everyone else who's with me, it's justice. So there's a very thin line between revenge and justice. Now, revenge. You slaughter my family, I slaughter yours and let you live. You know, because you started this. And that's straight revenge. You know, you slaughtered my family and you didn't kill me because I was reluctantly enough not to be home. But you slaughtered my entire family, my wife, my newborn kid, everybody. Well, I gotta do you one better. I gotta slaughter your entire family, your entire bloodline, everybody kin to you on some level or another. They all have to go. That's revenge. Alright? Because I'm making sure that even innocent people that are killing you to have no connection to you whatsoever for what you've done, they're going to. Most people would judge that as overkill. I would, fair to say, it truly would be overkill because I'm killing innocent people because of some shit that you've done. Alright? So there's revenge. Revenge goes a little bit further than justice. So you have to know the difference between the two. Alright? You black my eye, I black your eye. We're even Steven. You kill and rape my wife, I kill and rape your wife and your daughter, I've gone too far. Anytime, the second that I raped your wife, I've gone too far. So, you know, you can't be having that. Because then the cycle never ends. Then your son kills me, my son kills your son, etc., etc. This is how all this shit gets started. So, nowadays you can't just duke it out. It'd be much easier to just duke it out. But one, you shouldn't be going around raping anyone in the first fucking place. Because that's the worst crime in existence. Shame to the first motherfucker that ever done it. Hope he's burning in hell. He's probably not, but if he is, that's exactly where he needs to be. Because he started a crime that has lasted for eons. Now, the simple fact is this. If you're going to be a fighter, you have to learn your way around a fight. You have to be able to take more than you can give. Because there will be times. Let me make a second video, because this thing is like almost 18 minutes long.